discussion. We call it Lessons in Miracles because we're studying a lesson every night. I'm Teri Angel here with my wonderful co-host, Karen Palmer. Hi, Karen.
Hi.
Together again. And our beautiful family, Christine Elizabeth.
Hello,
And
everyone.
Sunny. Don't want to forget Sunny.
Yeah.
And Auntie Jean Loriot and Ringo and Harry.
Ringo and Harry.
Charlie Charming Coons.
Hello, everyone.
And Catherine DeSanti. And Catherine, I apologize, I forget your fur baby's name. Oh, is she frozen?
I think she must be.
She must be frozen. I can't remember what she told us the name was, but
Dory, I'm thinking.
I don't
Dolly?
remember.
I
I don't remember.
We'll find out.
Back on. We play musical chairs here sometimes. Anyway, we're going to get started. We go into our hearts first to open up to the energy. And here she is. Hi, Catherine.
She
Can you
blinked.
hear us, honey?
Catherine.
She's not frozen anymore. So, all right. So we're going to get going. Karen, would you please lead us into our hearts?
Okay, so let's just take a moment. Just slow down your breath. And just let yourself feel into that beauty and grace. That feeling of openness and wonder and curiosity. Just letting yourself feel the wonder of that absolute oneness of living and loving and expressing and presenting as love's presence. Feel that power and strength and courage to be the love and to play your part. You are indeed essential to God's plan. Just as the light increases every light that shines in harmony, so your joy on earth calls to the minds to let sorrow go and take their place beside you in the plan for love, the plan for freedom, the plan where all creation experiences freedom, joy, and gentleness beyond anything that this world has ever seen because of your eternal presence as you show up as love's presence, as you show up as eternal grace. The light in the world becomes brighter, and the light in each of creation's mind has more light available. We are messengers, and we are joyous in sharing the message of love. And we heal sorrow and despair by just accepting and loving every creation, all of life, loving with no conditions, loving with no expectations, loving with no demands. That's what love's presence is. And that's what we are. We are the proof that God's will is perfect happiness for all who accept this gift. This is all that is called to us, to accept our part in this plan for freedom and love across the universe. All creation deserves to be experiencing perfect happiness. And as we radiate that, each being remembers the light that they are, and the light becomes brighter, and the love becomes stronger, and the freedom becomes more apparent, and the joy explodes. So let us enjoy this beautiful lesson as we come back into this moment and find out what the day gave to us. And I want to share, before we go into anything else, that yesterday was a very challenging day for me, and I felt every one of you in my heart. I felt you lifting me up. I felt you helping me to be open to receive the miracle that I did receive. And thank you. I just want to tell you, I really felt your energy, and I really, really appreciate you. You are the most incredible family, and I am so honored and humbled to have you in my heart. Always.
You always will be.
I know.
Okay, well, if nobody's ready to share, I will go ahead and read some from the insights, which
Oh, that'd be wonderful.
is so beautiful for
I
this.
raise my hand.
Go ahead, Chris.
I make with homemade with Hubei time with the keto bread, Teri. Been with so long, I have with Hubei times, and I know how to make with them. And
Thank
I
you.
remember them when when I younger, my mom, I used to make with them all the time. See?
It's a beautiful memory. Thank you for sharing that, Chris. It brings happiness, right, from the inside.
Yeah.
The Course says in the insights, what I am learning today from today's lesson is that happiness is always within me. Happiness is in the Christ mind, which is my real mind. In order to find the Christ mind, the only real mind, I need to learn to pass by the little thoughts and the foolish goals of the ego mind. I need to practice going deep within with one intent, and that intent is to open up to the truth, what is real, the Christ mind, which carries the feeling of deep peace, deep joy, and deep happiness. It does not fluctuate, it's constant. There's no change and no differences. It steadily radiates happiness. It sees that love is everywhere, that love is all that is. The source of love within me is my anchor, my support, my source of giving. I love that. And you know what that says to me is our human mind will fluctuate. It'll be up and down, Karen. We were talking about that on the show this afternoon. that up and down is not your Christ mind. That's the human ego mind. So if you find yourself fluctuating and going back and forth and dipping down into that pothole, just ask, whose mind is this? And it's not the Christ mind. So going back into the heart and connecting, and that's how we know that my part is essential to God's plan for salvation, because my part is to stay in that Christ mind and to be Christ-like, which means to be happy and joyful and to lift up each other. So I love these insights, and this teaching about the Course in Miracles from that is so, I think, so spot on for us as we live our daily lives. So that one really touched me, because I know sometimes I do fluctuate, and then I have to pull myself back into the heart and say, okay, what am I thinking? Right? Hit the pause button. What am I thinking here? So yeah, this is a really good lesson for us today.
Yeah, the happiness factor was really relevant.
Yeah.
I always been happy, and even at work they say, "Why are you always so happy?" I say, "Because I am. It's just part of my life, and the way I lived it." But I wasn't into the spiritual. I probably was, but didn't know it. That I was so spiritually connected. But now it's like, wow, you just get that feeling in you that comes over you when you do the exercises. It's like, wow, off the charts again. Another home run. Yeah. So no, 100 was really good.
You know what it made me think of? Everybody's known someone, or maybe several someones. I had the joy of knowing several someones. And these people can walk into a room and the whole room lights up. Every time they walk into a room, it seems like electricity comes with them. And reading this lesson and meditating on this lesson, that's made me feel like that's what we're supposed to be like. We're supposed to have this love energy that wherever we go, we take it with us. And everybody around can sense that love. And that's what reminded me of what I thought about during this lesson. And yeah, it was lovely. But I have to say thank you to Pam.
Pam Grout.
Yes, because in her version, I guess I can say, the very beginning, she says, a reader emailed me this morning to regretfully admit that at last she was unable to faithfully exercise the hourly reminders requested in the course workbook. I had to chuckle because in 25 years of doing the course, I have never once successfully completed the task myself. And that made me feel so good because I always feel like I fall short because, I do remember, but I don't remember every single hour or I'm late or whatever. So that made me feel better that I'm not the only one with the problem. As wonderful as they are, we're still not perfect and we sometimes forget. So, yeah. Anyway, it was a beautiful lesson.
Thank you for sharing that, Jean, because I'm the same way. It's like, it's sometimes we get wrapped up in what we're doing, and it's like, oh, I forgot to do it for the last 3 hours. So, yeah, thank you for sharing that. And I know Pam, and that's her sense of humor too. All right. Anybody else? Catherine, anything to share for us tonight, honey? We're so glad you're here.
Thank you. I'm that my connection keeps screwing us up and popping me out, but
I pop you right back in.
there it was. I know. It. I had read that. I got my Auntie Jean, and I thought of you. I talked to the other day. Kind of chuckled and thought of you. What can I tell you? More challenges, and keep seeming mount on top of each other, and I'm to stay focused. And I loved the lesson today about and I'm trying to focus on positive outcomes and letting God and to stop to jiggle up around in my brain and figure it out and God and and I have to, ladies, you just and Charlie, that you as Karen, you really lift me up. That's why I got in the morning when I can't find you a morning cup of joy because you lift me. I mean, it's just you get it out of that lowest chakra and moving up, and I do feel love from you, and I am happiness as my brand. So um, that's where I'm grateful and for you guys every single day. I look for the evening. I do. And
Thank
Karen,
you,
I'm so
Catherine.
glad you got to me.
Thank you.
Thank you. And hopefully I will be back on tomorrow morning. It's been rough this week with all the getting ready and the preparations for the retreat. And I think the stress just got to me the last couple of days. But I'm going to intend that I'm over that, and everything now is looking so good for the retreat, and I'm just going to relax and get ready to enjoy it. So let's go into our lesson for tomorrow.
Okay. So are we on? I'm reading for lesson 101, right?
That is correct, and there it is.
Okay, because it's kind of I missed yesterday, so I got a little confused. So God's will for me is perfect happiness. Today we will continue the theme of happiness. This is a key idea in understanding what freedom means. You still believe it asks for suffering and penance for your lacks of love. This is not so. Yet you must think it's so while you believe that sin is real and that God's Son can sin. If sin is real, then punishment is just and cannot be escaped. Salvation, thus, cannot be purchased but through suffering. If sin is real, then happiness must just be an illusion. How many people think that in the world? Happiness is an illusion. You're delusional. You're too happy. If sin is real, then happiness must be illusion, for they cannot both be true. The sinful warrant only death and pain, and it is this they ask for. For they know it waits for them, and it will seek them out and find them somewhere, sometime, in some form. That events the account they owe to God. They would escape him in their fear, and yet he will pursue, and they cannot escape. If sin is real, salvation must be pain. Pain is the cost of sin, and suffering can never be escaped. If sin is real, salvation must be feared, for it will kill, but slowly taking everything away before it grants the welcome boon of death to victims who are little more than bones before salvation is appeased. Its wrath is boundless, merciless, but wholly just. Who would seek out such savage punishment? Who would not flee salvation and attempt in every way he can to drown the voice which offers it to him? Why would he try to listen and accept its offering? If sin is real, its offering is death, and meted out in cruel form to match the vicious wishes in which sin is born. If sin is real, salvation has become your bitter enemy, and the curse of God upon you who have crucified his son. You need the practice periods today. The exercises teach that sin is not real, and all that you believe must come from sin will never happen, for it has no cause. Accept atonement with an open mind, which cherishes no lingering belief that you have made a devil of God's son. There is no sin. We practice with this thought as often as we can today because it is the basis for today's idea. God's will for you is perfect happiness because there is no sin and suffering is causeless. Joy is just, and pain is but the sign that you have misunderstood yourself. Fear not the will of God, but turn to it in confidence that it will set you free from all the consequences that sin has wrought in feverish imagination. God's will for me is perfect happiness. There is no sin, it has no consequence. So, should you start to your practice periods and then attempt again to find the joy these thoughts will introduce into your mind, give these 5 minutes gladly to remove the heavy load that you lay upon yourself with the insane belief that sin is real. Today, escape from the madness. You are set on freedom's road. And now today's idea brings wings to speed you on and hope to go still faster to the waiting goal of peace. There is no sin. Remember this today and tell yourself very often, God's will for me is perfect happiness. This is the truth because there is no sin.
I
Amen.
love that. God's will for me is perfect happiness.
Yeah,
This is
and God's will for all creation is perfect happiness. And it, everyone is equally, innocent in being that happiness. Nobody has more happiness or less happiness than anybody else. It's all given to us in complete generosity from a creator that absolutely loves us.
And we get to say this all day tomorrow. God's will for me is perfect happiness.
Yes.
Awesome. Write it down, Charlie.
Yeah, definitely.
Yep.
Remind him 5
All
times.
right. So we're going to switch hats. Thank you for those who came in to.
Look at us staying right on time. Pretty awesome.
I know I'm being a taskmaster tonight. I have something I have to go do after this, and so I got to keep us on track. And Karen has
We're
yoga.
right on track.
We are. So we're going to change hats to our chanting, and I will put in the first chant, Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Karen, if you'll talk about that.
Okay, so this is where we're going to chant 3 times slow, and then we'll chant 108 times all together as our beautiful family. Beautiful Auntie Jean will let us know when we get to that magic number. And then beautiful Teri Angel will lead us in a short meditation on freedom. And then we'll go into our second chant. So we declare that all obstacles be removed. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. We declare that all barriers, conflicts, and violence be removed. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. We declare that all illusions and illness be removed. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam 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 Ganapataye Namaha. Om Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. 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 Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Om Gam
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Om Gam
Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye Namaha.
Gam
Om Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Om
Namaha.
Gam
Om
Ganapataye
Gam Ganapataye
Om Gam
Namaha.
Ganapataye Namaha
Om Gam
Om
Ganapataye
Gam
Namaha.
Ganapataye
Om
Namaha
Gam
Om
Ganapataye
Gam
Namaha.
Ganapataye Namaha
Om Gam
Om Gam
Ganapataye Namaha.
Ganapataye Namaha
Om Gam
Om Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha
Om Gam
Om Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha
Om
Om
Gam
Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha Om
Om
Gam
Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha
Namaha.
Om Gam
Om Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha
Namaha.
Om Gam
Om Gam
Ganapataye Namaha
Ganapataye Namaha.
Om Gam
Om
Ganapataye
Gam
Namaha
Ganapataye
Om
Namaha.
Gam Ganapataye
Om
Namaha
Gam
Om
Ganapataye
Gam
Namaha.
Ganapataye
Om Gam
Om
Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam 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 Ganapataye Namaha.
Om Gan
Om Gam
Ganapataye
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 Ganapataye
Om
Namaha.
Gan
Om Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Om Gan
Namaha.
Ganapataye
Om Gam
Om
Ganapataye
Gan
Namaha.
Ganapataye
Om
Namaha
Gam
Om Gan
Ganapataye Namaha.
Ganapataye Namaha
Om Gam
Om Gan
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Om
Om
Gan
Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Om Gan
Om Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye Namaha.
Om Gan
Om Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye Namaha.
Oh,
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Let's take a breath into our heart center. When we breathe in and connect with our higher self, we realize that anything that we see keeping us from God, our Creator, is just an illusion. So all the barriers that we think are there, all the obstacles, we've envisioned that. We've imagined it. It's not real. And this chant just opens us up to that we can see clearly that there is nothing between us and God. And that's a freedom that lifts us up higher to a higher frequency. And in that higher frequency, we are going to go into our miracle chant. I don't know if our Marlene has found us yet. No, I don't see her. But all of you who are finding us, thank you for being here to chant with us. This is our second chant of Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Karen, would you talk about this one, please?
Yes, so this is where we're going to chant 3 times slow, and then we'll chant 108 times all together as our beautiful family. Beautiful Auntie Jean will let us know when we get to that magic number, and then beautiful Teri Angel will lead us in the next part of our session. So we declare that all are accepting, aligning, allowing, and awake. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. We declare that all are happy and healthy. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. We declare that all live in peace and harmony and are open and ready to receive miracles. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. 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 Nam Myoho Renge Renge Kyo.
Yo.
Nam Myoho 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 Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Yo.
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Yo.
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Yo.
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. 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 Nam Myoho.
Nam Myoho
Let's go back into our hearts again. That beautiful energy that we connect in with. Just feel the freedom and then add in the love. Every night we give honor and glory to our Creator. And we do that by chanting Om 3 times. And then we hold that love in our hearts and we talk to our brain with our heart. And we just say, I love you. Thank you. And just feel it opening up so that we can send that love forth into the world. So take a moment and chant with us this beautiful message that we're sending out to God, that I love you. And we do that through Om. Invite you now just to hold that love. Just see it real. See it as maybe a color that you're going to breathe out into the world. Just breathe it into your heart. Sit with it for a moment in the silence. And just set your intention. What do you want that love that you're sending out to accomplish? Do you want to see more smiles on people's faces? Do you want to see people respecting and honoring each other? Do you want to see an end to conflict in our world? Whatever it is, as you breathe in that love, set your intention, and with your out breath, just send it out into the world. We all send it together, and it creates this big, big wave of love going out into the world that we can see. And I see different colors. I see mine going out as a beautiful, beautiful pink flower, just sharing flowers everywhere, sharing that pink glow of love and light. Whatever yours looks like, just send it out into the world and see the world start to be colored with that. Oh, how beautiful. What a mission we have of sharing love and light into the world. And as we do so, we're praying for peace to fall on our planet, that every being can find peace inside their heart,
Yeah.
and that the peace will go down deep into Mama Gaia, just sharing our love right now for this beautiful planet that we're on, this planet who has gone through so much with being battered by weather and battered by all of the destruction that's happening. But we're sending love to turn that around. We're sending love so that when Mama Gaia holds it, it'll come back up through all the roots, coming up into each person that's on the planet, each animal, all the waterways, all of nature. And we see peace in our world. Om Shanti. So it is. We're going to claim that peace. And every night we make a declaration about peace on earth. Charles, would you like to lead us in that tonight?
I would be so gladly honored to do that. So this is something we've been doing for 1,044 days now. And what we do is we say that there is peace on earth, because deep down inside us we know there is peace on earth. And we say that peace begins inside of us. So we're going to say that as we count down from 3, 2, 1.
We
We
declare
declare
that there is peace on earth,
peace on earth.
and we declare that
That
peace begins inside of us.
inside of us.
So it is.
And so it is.
forever and ever.
Always.
Amen.
And we've been doing this, like I said, for 1,044 days now as a group known as
The
Peace for peace.
Peace
for peace.
That would be us.
That would be us. Everybody here's a P, a Terry P, a Chris and Sunny P, a Karen P, a Charlie P, and an Auntie Jean P. And anybody who's watching us, we also have a Catherine P, but she's had a little trouble with her computer. So everybody out there, wouldn't you like to be a P too? So that we can bring peace to the earth and have happiness for everyone. I'll sing it now. Wouldn't you
Okay.
like to be a P too?
Yes, yes, yes.
P too.
I vote yes.
Yes.
Oh, thank you, Jean. Thank you, Charlie. And we don't have our Gracie. Gracie always sings for us, but she's not
Yeah.
here. But she would tell us if the hills are alive with the sound of
Live,
chanting
yes,
and the sprinkling of
yes.
peace and the smiles on faces. So, Gracie, we miss you. We love you so much. And I hope you're watching this or we'll watch it later and know that we do care. And we just would love to see you back here in one of these little boxes on the screen so that you can sing again with that beautiful voice of yours.
Yeah, please.
All right. So we encourage everyone to come back tomorrow. We'll do it all over again. And we love you so much. Stay in your heart and stay blessed. And we will see you tomorrow. We leave you with
Namaste.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.